1 year ago, I was 270 pounds and I stopped eating carbs, which is to say I stopped eating pasta, stopped eating bread, stopped drinking beer. So a year later, I am now 200 pounds. So I've lost 70. When we get to the point where I sort of equal out, maybe I've already equalized out. Don't know. Maybe this is where it's going to stop at 200. Don't know. So yeah, I don't have a target weight I'm aiming for. You know, I'm not trying to get skinny. Skinny is relative anyway, right? What I call skinny, you might call chubby, or what I call chubby, you might call skinny. Matter of fact, to make that point, skinny is relative. I'm going to show you guys something. Welcome to Parkland Bay Linear Park. What is a linear park? I hear you say. A linear park is any long, skinny park. And this is one such park. It is a linear park here in Parkland Bay, and it's pretty new. Let's see how big this park really is. I'm going to go with 35 feet wide. So if it's about 35 feet wide, how long is it? Because skinny is all relative. I think we need to walk it and find out. This is a pretty new park. It was only a few years ago that Doug and I were riding down to the end of this road on the motorcycles, and we had to go past some road closed signs, and the road was all torn up, chalky gravel road, construction barricades and cones everywhere. But they were working on a building. Here, let me turn you around and I'll show you. All those homes. All those homes over there. And they had this little sliver of land between this canal over here, that's on the other side of these trees, and the little road street that these houses are up on. So what do you do with a 35-foot wide, 2,700-foot long, basically half a mile long strip of land? What most cities end up doing is they create what's called a linear park. And that's what they did here. Park benches and this cool wiggly sidewalk that runs the entire length of this linear park, with the housing neighborhood on the right and the canal on the left and another housing neighborhood beyond the canal. Make a linear park. So there's a really famous linear park in Boston. It's a couple hundred years old. I think it's called the Emerald Necklace, something like that. It's a very, very long, slender park area with trees and grassy areas. So if you want to see one of the earliest linear parks, and they probably didn't call it that, look up the Emerald Necklace Park in Boston. Give you an idea of that. This linear park runs all the way out west to the... I guess we should talk about that when I get there. Let's do that. Let's wait till we get there to talk about that. So yeah, I'm down 70 pounds in 1 year. I'm not trying to reach a certain weight. I am out doing walks. I am doing a little bit of weightlifting, a little bit of push-ups, a little bit of chin-ups. I'm not running. I don't really think running is all that beneficial. It's not that great for your knees, I can tell you that. Some people really, really enjoy running, and if you enjoy running for the sake of running, then I think you should be running. But I don't see it as particularly hyper beneficial. It is the middle of the day. Well, I shouldn't really say that. It's 4 o'clock, 4 p.m. But with the afternoon heat, I guess this might as well be the heat of the day. Flowers dropping off of that tree. That's kind of pretty. It's kind of interesting how you can peek through this pile of trees over on the left and look down from this elevated position, down into someone's yard from above. It's not something that you expect to see in a park, hiking along behind somebody's backyard, but these are fake swans in this canal, and they're suspending up a PVC pipe that drains out, that runs out into the lake, so that these homes can pump water out of the canal for their sprinkler system. That way they're not using city water or a pump or a well. They just take water out of the canal, and these little fake swans floating on the top hold up the pipe. I guess that's a Florida thing. They look nice though. All right. We are at the end of the linear park. The end of the sidewalk. And right on the other side of that black chain link fence is the levee, which holds back the Everglades. And this chalk path that you see here running along is used by bicyclists and hikers and joggers. And it actually connects about a half mile north of here to the Loxahatchee boat ramp canal park that I took you to the other day. There is an open gate down there you can cut through and get to the other side there. But I think we're going to turn around and walk back the rest of the length of the linear park in the other direction now. So there you go, folks. I guess that's the end of my story about skinny is relative. I'm not skinny, but I'm not fat, or I'm not as fat as I was. Hopefully I get skinnier, but I'm not going to worry about it. But thanks for watching. I need to go plant some of those flowers now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.